Hi everyone, my name is Hillary Eaton and I'm the Assistant Director of the Career and Professional Development Center here at SD Minds. Today I'm going to be presenting on different freshman opportunities. In light of recent events, we definitely want to share that we are available and here to help you. Even though we're working remotely, we can still set up appointments and do all the things that we usually do just virtually. So as we progress through this, just keep that in mind and I'll share our contact information towards the end of the presentation as well. So a little bit about who we are in the Career Center. We have 4 staff members that work there and are here to support students. First and foremost is Matt Hanley, who is our director. I'm the assistant director in the right photo here, and then followed by Susan Schwartz in the bottom left and Lynn Patterson. Susan is a program coordinator for our Career Center, but she helps out Dina students as well. And then Lynn is also a secretary of the Counseling Center. Usually in operations, we are located in Upper Surbeck Center, just a door down from Student Success. However, since we're working remotely, we are still available to set up those appointments virtually. So a best way to set up an appointment with us is to contact us via email at careercenter@sdsmt.edu. And our hours of operation are 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And also on our website, if you're looking for additional resources, you can check that out as well at sdsmtcareers.com. So let me tell you a little bit about what we do if you don't already know. We help students all the way from freshman year to PhD level. We also help students post-graduation too. So if you are an alumni 5 years, 10 years, 20 years even out of graduating, we still help you with a variety of career and professional related topics. So first and foremost, we do resume and cover letter assistance. We're more than happy to help you with this virtually. We can set up a Zoom meeting to do this, or you can always just email it to us and we can review and send it back to you via email with our comments. We hold 2 career fairs each year. There's one in the fall and one in the spring. Our last career fair was actually held on Tuesday, February 4th, and we had 120 employers and vendors in attendance. So we are super proud about that. As year over year, our career fairs are growing with more vendors and employers, which means more opportunities for you. If you haven't already, we would encourage all students to attend the career fairs, as this is just opportunities for you to attain those internships, those co-ops, and eventually those full-time positions. And we really, really encourage freshmen to attend as well. Even if, let's say you're not looking for anything now, a lot of the recruiters come year over year, and a lot of them are alumni as well. So even if you're going to just kind of break that ice, as it can be overwhelming at first to kind of prepare you for the next time that you go, a lot of the recruiters you can start networking with now, even if they're not necessarily looking for freshman students, because like I said, they come year over year, and building that network is such a great opportunity as you move and progress through your academics. We help with job search assistance as well. So if you're looking for those internships or co-ops, like I just mentioned, we can help you find that on a variety of platforms, and I'll talk about that in further detail in a few more slides. We do workshops as well each semester. We try to diversify them semester to semester to kind of give you a variety of different topics. But we do everything from resume, cover letter, how to build those. We do networking. We talk about benefits. We talk about negotiation tactics, just different things like that to kind of get you prepared as you progress and go into your professionalism and into your future career. Mock interviews are great. These still work really well virtually, so we can, again, set these up. And this is just a way to help kind of get you prepared for those interviews and kind of get you through the nerves that you may be experiencing for an upcoming interview. So happy to do that. A lot of the feedback that I've gotten from students is really helpful when they go into that official interview. And then our office also runs Handshake, which is our online job posting board that's specific to School of Mines. And I'm going to delve into that even further in just a few slides. So there is a strong demand for SD Mines grads. The education that you're getting at this university is going to prepare you and help you be successful post-graduation into your career. We have a 97% placement of our 2017-2018 grads, and employers actually consider internships and co-ops the #1 most important college activity. And the reason why is you're going to get this hands-on experiential learning that you can learn what you learn what you can from the classroom and really apply it um, into the job force. It's going to give you a lot of real world experience and give you that knowledge of what it's really like going out there and working before you get that full-time position after graduation. It's also going to help you become a more well-rounded individual by getting that experience. So if there's anything that you remember from this presentation, we encourage you to definitely try to attain at least one internship or co-op as you progress through school here. Okay, so 77% of last year's graduates had at least one paid internship, co-op, or research experience. And with this, they are usually paid with the average intern co-op wage $18.73. So as a freshman, looking at that wage probably sounds pretty nice to kind of get some extra money in your pocket. For you, whether you use it for any variety of different things, whether you use it for school or just to live on, that type of thing. But what you're really going to gain that's the most important is that real world experience from these internships and co-ops. And a lot of students actually do more than one. They might do an internship and they might do a co-op as well. They might do two internships, they might do two co-ops. So it just really depends on what you're looking for. And one of the things I'd like to mention is some students don't realize what the difference is between internships and co-ops. Internships are going to be experienced over a summer, and then co-ops are a little bit longer, and those are going to be over one summer and then one semester. So whether that's going to be the summer and the fall or the spring and the summer. So co-ops do take a little bit more time, but if you work with your advisor, you can look at maybe a time period in your education that you could take maybe a semester um, to work on a co-op with the summer, and you can just start figuring out how that would fit into your schedule now, which is what we would think is the most helpful thing, and that's the advice we'd give you as you look forward into progressing through school. So the effect of internship co-op experience on average salary offers, as you can see, there's quite a difference here. So for our 2017-2018 grads, those that had experience started with about 63,369 as the average starting salary. Those with no experience at all started a little bit lower. So as you can see, getting that hands-on experience ahead of time is really going to help you out. And over the last 5 to 7 years, we have seen that it's about a $5,000 difference. So something to keep in mind as well, hopefully to encourage you to attain those opportunities. So there's a few ways to find internships, co-ops, and research experiences. Obviously, with a lot of things going on right now, we recognize that it's going to be a challenging time over the summer if you're looking for internships, co-op, or research experiences. And we're starting to find that most employers are choosing to wait and see the approach that they're going to take to summer internships as the situation is fluid. So just keep that in mind. If you happen to have an internship or co-op already set up, you want to remain open and work with your employer to know what you're going to do moving forward. Try to remain, like I said, open, understanding, and stay in contact as much as possible. So let's say you're not even going to look for an internship or co-op or research experience this summer. These are still great tips for in the future when you go to do that. So job search sites that we would recommend utilizing, Handshake is a great one. We're the ones that oversee Handshake in our office. So we only allow positions to come through that are in direct relation to the majors offered here at School of Mines. So you're not going to see a front desk of a hotel on there. Not that that's not a good job and really has some benefits to it, but it just doesn't relate to our majors, and that's what we want to keep on there. Glassdoor is a great job search. Engineerjobs.com is really nice. Indeed, you've probably heard of that and looked at positions on there. USA Job Internships. I mean, the list really goes on and on. And there might be some sites that even you think of that I didn't mention here. But if you are trying to look for more sites than just the ones listed, the link at the bottom can really help you give a full, broad list of ways to search for these opportunities. Also, don't underestimate the importance of social media. LinkedIn is pretty much the professional social media site. There's also Facebook and Twitter as well. We're living in the digital age now, and especially so with everything going on. So definitely use those as resources. Also, if you are not linked into any professional associations with your major, I would definitely encourage you to do that, as there's going to be their own job sites listed on there, and it's just a great networking opportunity to be a part of. And a lot of those associations also hold conferences where you can network and get to know other professionals in your field. Also, check in with your department for different opportunities and those faculty connections. Sometimes they can help you get connected to whether it be some positions on campus, doing some research, or even giving you some recommendations for employers to contact for different opportunities. Also, the hidden job market is where many people find positions. And the hidden job market is all about networking. So it's the who you know type of thing when looking for jobs. So sometimes the word of mouth or somebody referring you into a position is what's going to get you that position. So as scary as networking can be, definitely encourage you to do that. And even networking virtually is still really helpful. So definitely use this time wisely. Get out there, start networking, start using this time to make a resume or update one if you haven't already, and use this as a resource. Those career fairs we talked about that we hold, those are all for students, so do go to those. And then also make sure that you're connecting with alumni in the industry. Those are also a great resource for you, especially as you look for those different opportunities and even in the full-time positions at post-graduation. So top tips, just make sure that you're going to diversify your search using multiple avenues, multiple sites, multiple people. Maybe you have family friends that are in the industry, to get the word out for that hidden job market. Just make sure that you're doing things in a variety of different ways to connect with possibilities. You always want to remain professional, whether that be communicating via, orally or obviously verbally, or in written communication. Always be professional and take that high road. You also want to develop a strategy in getting these opportunities. So whether that be starting an Excel spreadsheet of all the companies you've applied for, the job, the specific job name, when you applied, the date that you're going to follow up, any contact information, that's going to really help you stay on track and keep you moving forward. Using social media platforms to say that you're open and looking for opportunities and updating that often is going to help get the word out. And then a really important one is you actually want to know and define, what are you looking for? Are you looking for an internship with a specific specialization? Are you looking for a co-op that's a little bit longer with a specific company? Start searching for things that you're really passionate about pursuing and different companies that are out there. With that, you also want to do your research on those companies and look into them further, whether it is on a social media platform or just via a web search. Again, use this time wisely and network as much as possible. If you haven't, also make a LinkedIn account, and that's a great platform to network on. And then make sure to send thank you notes when you do connect with others, whether it be via those interviews, or maybe after a professional conference or things like that. So here's some different social media platforms we would encourage you to be part of. LinkedIn, great networking tool. You can research companies, you can see who works for what companies, you can share a lot of their posts, you can comment on their posts. That's just going to help you get plugged in, or I should linked into all of these different communities. Facebook is great to build potential connections through a group feature. It's also going to populate related pages, so that's going to be really useful as you move forward. And then also following the news pages, the videos, and the services by different companies is a great way to connect. Twitter, reposting ideas using upbeat professional tone, gear posts towards topics within the industry or field is going to help you get recognized. So how do you get the word out there? You want to build that strong resume, of course. Again, this is the time to use the extra free time that you have to do that. You want to have it definitely reviewed or have a second pair of eyes over that, or whether that be a peer, an advisor, your parents, a family friend, us. definitely make sure that you have somebody look it over, because the second pair of eyes can really look for those grammatical things or those inconsistencies that they can help you polish up even more. You can include your LinkedIn URL on your resume as part of your contact information. So it's just another way to kind of broaden the information on your resume. And then you can also post it somewhere online and link it to a social media platform. The one caveat I would say about this is just make sure that if you're doing this, that you remember that some of your personal contact information is on there. So before you post, make sure that that's what you're willing to do. And if not, that's okay too. You don't need to post it. But we would recommend broadcasting what you're looking for and that you are looking. In the right-hand photo here, that might just be a way that you would get that word out there via Twitter. So how can you use networking? Well, 2/3 of recent hires reported getting a job because of who they knew. So again, start talking to people, whether it's a family friend, your parents know somebody, your friend's parents or something like that can help you get the word out. And then you also want to think, are there people that you already know that are working in your field? And if you haven't connected for a while, make sure to reach out and do that. You never know who in your network may be connected, so let people know that you're looking. Facebook can also be a very powerful tool, but I would still encourage you to use LinkedIn as well. But those personal friends can want to help you succeed on these platforms and help you get the word out. Also, join industry chats on Twitter using the hashtags is also a really great idea as you go to network and find that position. So some statistics, 80% of positions are filled with employers advertising on the hidden job market. 94% of recruiters use social media to find job candidates, but here's the trick with this, that usually the people that are looking at hiring are also going to check your social media accounts. So this is also a really good time to clean up your social media accounts and check your privacy settings as you go to apply for positions. 25% of employers use Facebook as a part of the vetting process. 18% use Twitter as part of the vetting process. And 93% of employers do use LinkedIn to search for candidates and keep tabs during the hiring process. So during the hiring, you don't want to mess anything up. So make sure that you keep your privacy settings up to date. You're checking that and you're cleaning that up if needed. Here's the Handshake online system I was talking about that we oversee. You can do it in the app form as well if you just search in the App Store or on Google Play, or you can use your phone to take a capture of the scanner here, and that'll take you to that, or you can do the web version as well. All you need to access this is your School of Mind's email account. So if you were a student in spring of 2019, you already have an account. You just need to use your email login for your the tablet, what you use for your tablet. And then if you're a new incoming student starting this fall, you just have to register using your School of Mind's account. And all these different things are what you can find on there. You can find people that are going to be interviewing, job postings, like I mentioned before, information sessions held by companies, the employers coming to career fair, and our career fair workshops, and also virtual events that are going on. So use this time and get connected and get started now. So if you're not quite sure what you're wanting to do yet or what you're looking for, when you make your account, it's going to help you figure that out. It's a personalized and curated platform for you. It's going to provide you with relevant lists of jobs that they think you should apply for based on your preferences, your answers to those questions, and activity. And it's going to bring it right to your doorstep instead of you having to search a bunch of engines to find it. Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit. Now that we're pretty much going all virtual, there's 10 online golden rules of netiquette that we would recommend. So before we jump into those, you want to use the THINK acronym, which is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? And is it kind? Use this acronym THINK before you post on platforms, as it's really important and can be easy to say things that you might not necessarily be taken in the way in which you meant it. So the first golden rule is the human element. Do unto others as you'd want do unto you. So keep that in mind of that golden rule when you go and post online. If you don't do it in real life, don't do it online. So don't use the platform to say things that you wouldn't do like if you were in person. Like, don't say something online that you wouldn't say to like your grandma, for example. It's also a diverse plane, so make sure that you're careful out there, as there's different, there's different people out there from different backgrounds. Just use your decisions wisely and professionally as you access different sites. Also, respect people's time and bandwidth. So try not to send really large files or large videos via email to people, as it's just going to take up a lot of that bandwidth and time. Also, you always want to check your grammar and spelling before you share things, whether that's on instant messenger or an email to colleagues or emails to professor. Always check, check, check. Um, Even for me as a professional, sometimes I still misspell things, or I type words that aren't the same words, but they're not grammatically incorrect. So just double check, and that's going to keep you on that professional route. You want to share your expertise with others that you have. That's just a great resource to do. But just make sure that when you do that, you are an expert in what you're talking about. As you know, it can be really easy to get into arguments with others online, and especially so with a lot of things that are going on in the world today. So instead of falling into that, instead of falling into arguing with somebody online, just extinguish the flame wars by, not responding or stepping away for the conversation or agreeing to disagree. Go ahead and extinguish those, because the thing is that whatever you post online is going to stay online. It's not going to die um, like something else would. It's really going to stay on there, and that could, come up later for you and haunt you a little bit later. So just take the high road, step away, and let them, burn themselves out. You don't need to be a part of that. You also want to respect people's privacy, but also take a look at your own privacy as well. Privacy settings can change on a lot of different platforms very often, so do keep that in mind as you make accounts on these different platforms. Also, with great power comes great responsibility. So this is the type of thing, like, don't hack other people. Don't use technology for the things that aren't the greatest. Use it in a way that you can connect with others. And just remember that we all make mistakes. So if you do see somebody that's maybe broken one of these rules above, try to give them space. Give them that that openness, because we all are going to make some mistakes from time to time. Okay, so these are the do's and don'ts, just a few of them. Do make sure that you search yourself. The things that you find about yourself might be interesting that you didn't realize were searchable. As you go to look for these different positions, you do want to make sure that those are figured out or on lockdown or changed. So go ahead and do that self. Not a lot of people do, but when I first looked at myself, I was surprised about what I found on there. Not in bad ways, just things that I didn't want on the internet that were. Also, just check your privacy settings and do this often. Make sure that you're also showcasing your talent as well, because you are a very talented individual. About 43% of employers hired a candidate because their site conveyed a professional image too. So make sure that you're using professional images or headshots if you can. And then social media is a chance to showcase your professional skills and create a brand for yourself as well. Also, post with purpose. It doesn't always necessarily mean that you have to post everything related to your major and only that. You feel free to post things that you believe in or that you find purposeful. Maybe it's a volunteer activity that you're part of that you want to share with the community online. Things not to do: avoid writing negative posts. There's enough negativity out there right now. Just avoid it and take that positive perspective. Again, double check everything so you're not making grammatical errors, and avoid using derogatory language. Again, this is going to come up. The things online don't go away, so just avoid doing that. Also, avoid posting questionable photos. Inappropriate photos posted online cause 46% of employers to eliminate a job candidate. So again, remember, whatever's online, it's not going to come off. And avoid making posts all about you. Talk about other things. What are you passionate about? Go ahead and share that information. Okay, so with your education, your academics, you guys are getting such a wonderful education that's really going to help you be successful, like I talked about earlier on. But the thing is, you also want to make sure that you're a very well-rounded individual And a lot of top attributes that employers seek in new hires are some of the power skills, some of the attributes listed here. So whether that be leadership, teamwork, communication, problem solving skills, flexibility, adaptability, analytical or quantitative skills, technical skills, interpersonal skills. These are all the things and even more that I haven't mentioned here that are going to help you stand out amongst the crowd and give you that well-rounded well-roundedness that's going to help you be successful as you go into the internship, co-op, or full-time career. Also, with everything that's going on, know that you're, working on your flexibility and adaptability as we speak. So keep those different experiences in your life in perspective as you think about all these different power skills or attributes. A way to start working on this now, and really the time is now, because since you're working from places that aren't necessarily on campus right now, you might have a little bit extra time to work on this on your professional and personal development. So we would encourage all students to be part of the Minds Advantage program, and it is that professional and personal development program. It's optional but it's designed for all students to be part of. And essentially what this does is going to capture all the things that you're already doing, whether it's in the classroom, in person, or virtually. A lot of the things you're learning that relate to these 6 core competency areas listed here. Whether you're working in a team project, whether you're having to do a presentation, whether you're volunteering, whether you're doing some workshops on personal development ethics, whether you've done some teamwork and leadership, or are part of any study abroad things like that are going to really lend itself to attaining all these well-rounded attributes that are going to help you be successful. So even though we are virtually, there's plenty of opportunities to work on this. If interested, you can sign up on MindsLink at the link here, and then that's going to be where you can input all your activities that you've been doing and do those short reflections to kind of to learn more about yourself and self-reflect on how those experiences have impacted and shaped your life. So why is this important? Well, 90% of employers surveyed at our fall career fair rate participation in Minds Advantage as an important part of future success. It's really going to help you stand out amongst others in such a competitive field. And getting that degree just isn't enough. You need to be able to be successful in your career by having these additional attributes that's going to help you, stand out, maybe problems to solve. Think outside of the box for maybe a problem that your team is encountering that you just can't overcome in your career. So definitely work on these. There's plenty of virtual things that you can do to work on this. Let's say you're wanting to do some volunteerism now with everything that's going on. There's plenty of opportunities to do virtual volunteerism. Maybe you develop your resume for the first time. Things like that are all part of it. And as you sign up and go into the Minds Advantage, you can see all the requirements for the program. So here's some different testimonials from employers. One of the things industry has been stressing to schools is the importance of these factors as differentiators. These are primary characteristics we're looking for and very important. The students with the Minds Advantage pins at the career fair seem to be prepared on average compared to those without. So you can definitely tell which students have taken the time to work on their professional development and their personal development. So obviously, as you can see here, employers are definitely looking for these along with the technical skills from your academics. So as I conclude the presentation here, these are some of the Career Center events and workshops that we've hosted this semester. Unfortunately, with the co-op and internships for tips from fellow hard rockers, we did have to cancel that. But our next workshop, Know Your Personality, we are going to do that via Zoom conferencing. Look for the weekly What's Up next week. We'll also be sending an email out about this, about how to register for the Zoom so you can be part of it. And again, this counts towards your Minds Advantage program. If you see in the bottom right, there's that icon that was part of Minds Advantage. If you see any icons like that, that means that it's part of Minds Advantage and you can track that. So hopefully you can attend to kind of know a little bit more about your personality and how it works in the job field. So thank you so much for your time. As I kind of talked about these different freshman opportunities, again, we know that a lot of things are up in the air, but we are here to help support you in any career readiness or professional development. things that you're wanting to do. So please reach out to us if you want to set up any appointments at our Career Center at sdsmt.edu. Again, our hours are 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you email us, it's going to come to our whole team, so we will get back to you as soon as we can. And we're able to set up video conferencing meetings, like I said, or via phone, just depending on what works best for you. So again, feel free to email us to set up that meeting on any platform that you prefer. Again, thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Be well.